Good morning. Good morning, all the participants. Today we have as a special guest CA Dayanivas Sharma, and very important person for the student. He is looking after the CRET as well as is chairman of Board of Studies Academic. My elder brother, I always say, because of the post, not in the age. In the age, he is my junior to me. We have as a speaker today with us Bhavin Goklani ji, who is going to discuss about the data analysis, and decisions which we require to take in our practical day-to-day life, office work, considering this data and how to keep this data secure and safe. All this type of things today he is going to discuss with us, and to moderate the entire session we have Rushikesh from Satara, CA Rushikesh from Satara. He is the Vaikasa chairman, I believe. So over to Dayabhai first. Let Dayabhai to speak first as a special address to this program. And before Dayabhai speaks, let me inform all the participants. Today we have completed 6 months. This is the 26th program, and without any break. Sometimes we got so many holidays, one day before the Deepavali, or even in 15th August, we had this program. This is all due to the technical team and the office team. They have managed. Today also this Chhat Puja is there. So many persons not available, but still office is managing the show, and 26 without interruption. A great achievement for the office. Thank you, Dayabhai. Please continue.
Thank you very much, Sushil Bhai. As always, though you are my elder brother, and we enjoy working together in the council. And friends, I can tell you one thing is, the council is driven with all relationships. And most importantly, the dream which every council member like Sushil Bhai, I and, most of the people take for the benefit of the students. SSCB is doing something which is fantabulous from a thought process that, the vision which we need to set right in this sessions which is being scheduled, which is for the practical training modules which are there, more focused towards the practical side of learning rather than a theoretical side of learning, which is my subject learning. Subject learning will be there, no doubt about it. But the application of subject is something which has been taught by SSCB, and that is how we all are working together to ensure the best thing is available for you all students. A person like Sushil Bhai, who has actually been driven with a particular agenda, that what as a students we could not get, what is that a student can get which is futuristic. Am I right, Bhavin Bhai? Because today, when you talk about data analytics, is something which is, sometimes you are actually working, but you don't realize. But when you learn it consciously, then you really appreciate what is data analytics all about. So thanks to Sushil Bhai and the Vice Chairman of SSCB, Sridhar Muppalaji, for ensuring that this is there. These sessions are happening in this qualitative manner. Today is Chhat, which is 6th, and today is the 60th program, and we are going to hit a 6 out of this entire session, so that you all people, when you go back or you listen to these discussions again, you will actually feel that you are out of the ground with regards to the kind of learning which has happened. And a person like Bhavin, who is already, having hands-on experience, will make a whole lot of difference. Let me start with what is data analysis and data dashboarding. Primarily, if you see, forget everything. I still remember the time in 2014-15 when this particular government has come into existence. They have invested 4,500 crores. 4,500 crores only to create data centers across the country. 4,500 crores. Before that, they talked about 1,13,000 crores of Digital India initiative. I am going to come to the subject, but you please understand where is the nation moving and where do we have to move in this entire process. 1,13,000 crores was being announced in that budget, saying that we are going to be Digital India going forward. Right? So what has happened out of this outcome? Just let us go back further. I'm going to link it to your subjects. What is happening? This 1,13,000 crores on one side, 4,500 crores on the other side. And the way GST, again, my council brother and my own, he is like elder brother to me. GST, he's driven GST, I know him, how he is actually worked upon. Today you see GST, the kind of data accumulation which is happening by processing of certain information on regular intervals, whether by choice or without choice, is actually getting hitted somewhere. And today, the collection of GST is 1,45,000 crores per month. Now, what is this actually? What is this? We never thought in the process that data can be accumulated in different style and different manner, and a size of population like India. I'm again telling you, I'm going to take you through the next subject. In this subject, how data is being used, that is something which you need to really appreciate. The UPI transactions which are happening through a mobile app, now we are the largest in the world for hitting those transactions. Largest in the world. Some billions of transactions are happening, and the kind of data which is getting processed through our network in India is unimaginable. Every school, every shop, small shop, pan shop says if you don't have cash, kindly pay it by Google Pay, right? Yahi hota hai na Bhavin bhai? So now, in the smallest Kirana store, he says you paid by Google Pay, or you pay by Amazon Pay, or you pay by or Bharat Pay, this pay, that pay. So what is happening here? These all transactions were not getting recorded at one point in time versus today. These are the transactions which are getting recorded. Ease is okay with cost. If I get an ease, I am okay with the cost. And people have not realized that these all transactions are hitting my financial benefit to the nation in form of tax collections. This is how data has getting been processed. Now, how do you do this? Now you take example RFID or invoicing, right? In GST again. What is happening in GST? Again, what is happening in invoicing? How much data is getting passed on? Do you know today? Income tax portal, GST portal, all the RBI related portal, then PF ESI portal, all are actually linked today. And the best part is, whatever returns you have filed in GST is the turnover which is shown in your income tax return when you put your PAN card. This is data which is being used to make effective decision making. Now, what is happening? Data analytics. Now, what is data analytics? Data analytics is the entire data which has been accumulated during this entire set of transactions. Why I am talking this language rather than talking some technical is, we all with our two hands are actually processing this GST return, income tax return, plus 26 years, TDS return, this return, that return. Everything is being handled by all of us. This data which is getting accumulated, the data analysis is being done. What is data analysis? Very simple. Which state is paying, which is the highest tax collecting state? Which industry is actually paying the highest tax? Who are the consumers? What section of the consumers are actually paying? So now these all transactions which are hitting on the information system platform, IT platform, is getting accumulated and they are getting distributed in a particular form. This is nothing but a readability of a data which I can utilize for the benefit of my decision making is data analytics. Now, data analytics cannot just be like that. Every time I cannot explore doing every time the same thing. So what we do in the process is we create standard set of reporting, which is nothing but dashboard reporting. Now, the data which has been collected in different form, how that need to be presented for a user to use, whether it is government, whether it is company, whether it is auditor, whether it is consultant, whether it is individual, whether it is promoter, whether anyone you talk about. The data which is getting accumulated is projected in a particular format. Today, dashboarding is beautifully coming out in form of pie charts, diagrams which are coming in, different kind of outcome is coming out where you feel very good or very sad how things are moving in which direction. I can actually pull out seasonal based data in a dashboard format. So this data which is collected, this is actually getting pushed into certain other areas, which is nothing but this data dashboarding which is coming out in form of seasonal. If मेरा दिवाली का सेल क्या हुआ, ईद का सेल क्या हुआ, Christmas का सेल क्या हुआ, month by month I can pull out what is the volume of transactions which I have done, what is my best selling product, what is the price at which I am selling, what is my unit. Example, if I have 10 stores across the country or city, how is this moving forward is something which has been analyzed. So friends, I just wanted to give you a thought process before you sit with Bhavin and take this discussion forward and understand the nitty-gritty of the entire discussion. These things are to be very well understood. Today, a chartered accountant is required to be a decision maker. Today, the chartered accountant should not be a cost center. Please understand. You have to be a profit center. You have to be an advising center. You have to be a strategy center of a particular client. And the best part is, if you are able to understand this dashboarding mechanism effectively with this session, the best part is you can actually give all this data to your principal for doing and conducting an effective audit. So I wish you all a great learning. And Sushil bhai, I just wanted to give them a picture from what we are doing with these two hands when they are paying a lot of money from this API route. Which is the online payment, how that is getting distributed, how that is happening, then GST, income tax returns they are doing. The reason of consolidating this was only from that perspective. I hope I could justify my being here. And if any questions are there, I will be more than happy to take it forward. Over to you, Sushil bhai.
Thank you, Daya bhai, for taking the initial remark, addressing the student. And I can say start the ball rolling. Daya bhai is also have another introduction which I have not done. By his speech, he has introduced himself. The SSP, anything getting done in ICI during last 4 years. Daya bhai is the first person to take charge of that. Now SSP, which is all we are enjoying. Presently, I am convener to that, but it is all built up during the Daya bhai's tenure. And anything, even if you go for the forensic audit certificate course or anything on digital learning hub, all behind you will find one name, that is Daya Sharma from Hyderabad. Thank you, Daya bhai, for coming and sharing your thoughts. Now I am requesting Rusikesh to go ahead from here and introduce the speaker and take the session continue.
Yes. First of all, I would like to congratulate Sushil sir and Daya sir for organizing such a fantastic series for the CA students. Practical oriented subjects, topics organized karte. That's very, very crucial and very, very critical for the development of all-round development of the CA students. Thank you very much for inviting me and giving me this opportunity for introducing our today's speaker. Our speaker today's speaker is Bhavin Goklani ji. He has delivered various sessions, various lectures at Ahmedabad branch of WRC of ICI. He has been visiting faculty at Ahmedabad chapter of ICSI. He has been visiting faculty of Gujarat University. He is corporate trainer, Microsoft certified trainer, Microsoft certified Excel expert, Microsoft Office specialist, data analyst, tax advisor, Tally evangelist, system implementation consultant. So it's really great honor and pleasure to have such a fantastic and all-round personality with us. To give a brief about some topic. So data analytics is very crucial and it is highly emerging area. So CA students as well as CA professionals should be very well versed in this. And I'm sure without wasting much of the time, first of all, thanking once again Student Skill Enrichment Board for organizing such a fantastic sessions. And now I request Bhavin ji to carry on the session.
It's always my honor and privilege to speak on the platform of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. I'm highly thankful to Board of Studies for inviting me as a speaker on this topic, where I would love to discuss the topic in an interactive way. Certainly, I would agree with Sushil sir and Daya sir that data is a new oil of 21st century. Whatever the discussions has been made by Daya sir with respect to the data analysis, this was the future and we can say present of our Indian economy. We have witnessed many cases which were successful just due to the concept and practical implication of data analysis. In today's session also, we'll be discussing what is data analysis and how can we make best use of this concept by its practical application to take decisions. As the name suggests, I'll be focusing more on the part of practical application. Concept is also very much necessary. So we'll be discussing concept also. In today's session, I have been given a task to interact with the CS student in a practical way. We'll keep a mixture of concept plus theory. So in this session, we'll be discussing concepts, tools, live case study, and obviously your doubts and queries. This would be the way of our discussion. I'll be discussing what is data analysis. I'll be discussing what are the tools of data analysis. I'll be discussing visualization. I'll be doing the practical process that how we can convert the raw data into a meaningful dashboard. This is what our today's theme would be. In a simple or a layman language, we have the raw data. When we have the raw data, I think raw data is having no use. We simply sort this data. Then we have this sorted data. After that, we have this arranged data. We had a raw data. Out of that, we have sorted the data. And out of that data, we have arranged this data. Later on, we have visually presented this data. And after that, we have explained this data with a beautiful story. And this is how the whole process of data analysis is involved. In a simple language, to convert the raw data into a meaningful information, that we can say data analysis in a layman's language. You can certainly see that in a one slide is enough to explain what is data analysis. This is the process. We will learn gradually the process again, but this is just one slide is enough to explain what is data analysis. Again, in a simple terms, data analysis involves so many things. For example, data analysis starts with collection of the data. In a simple sense, data analysis includes so many concepts like collecting the data, comparing the data, stratifying the data, summarizing the data, grouping the data, observing the data, cleaning the data, evaluating the data, sorting and arranging the data, identifying trend and patterns of the data, exploring the data for a decision making, examining the data, interpreting the data, modeling the data, visualizing the data, presenting the data, communicating the data, and classifying this data. So we can absolutely say that this is the process that we can involve in the data analysis. We can compare the data from past year to current year so that we can get some meaningful insights about the future data. Stratifying, you know that cleaning the data, this everything plays an important role in the data analysis. I can absolutely say that this is the wonderful concept that we are going to discuss. Practically speaking, there would be many concepts that we will discuss practically, but this is how the data analysis works. When we discuss the stages of the data analysis, I will ensure that in today's session, we will learn everything in an organized manner. I'll not speak randomly, or I'll not speak just you can say anything, but it would be completely organized. Stages of data, when I talk about, then first step is to define the objective, that what you want to achieve out of this data analysis. In simple terms, define the question, that what you want to get out of this data analysis. For example, a lot of people nowadays are doing data analysis practically. You take any person, starting from a student to any person, you can see everyone is doing data analysis. Student, which questions or which chapters to be done, what is the trend of chapters in the examination, they prepare accordingly. If you ask any businessman, they will also do data analysis, that how we can attract the audience, what the prospective customer want, which area is having more potential than other, which area is having what need. Based on their research, they do wonderful analysis and they look decision. So before you start data analysis, you must have your predetermined objective, that what you want to achieve. For example, if businessman is doing data analysis, there can be multiple of objective. For example, they want to increase the sales, they want to maximize the profit, they want to reduce the cost, they want to gather the larger area of operation. That depends on their own organization, that what they want to achieve. But the first stage of data analysis is they should be well equipped with their objective, that we want to achieve this. Define the question, define the objective is the main key for any data analysis. Second, collecting or gathering the information. Obviously, yes, when we talk about the objective is clear. Now, second, from where to collect the information. This is also a good stage. The information can be primary information, secondary information, third party information, or it can be, we can say, hybrid of all of this. For example, I want to conduct some survey. I am working for the government. Government wants to have some scheme, or we can say some public kalyan yojana. So in that they do some survey. Survey, obviously, yes. So based on that, now if I want to do something for the population or the people in this India, then first I think I will ask the data from the government. Second, if government is not giving, then I will do my own survey based on sampling method. Third, I can do both. So collecting the information is extremely important. This is the second stage. Third is to clean or manipulate the data. Once you have collected this data, I think the biggest task is to clean the data. This is biggest task I can say, which is the stage of data analysis. In a simple terms, if I say, data analysis is majorly depend upon this third step. You have defined your objective, you have collected that information according to the objective, and third, now cleaning the data to make it ready for analysis is extremely important. Don't worry, we will practically going to discuss this unique and we can say most important task of data analysis in a practical way. Certainly we'll do it practically. This is we are discussing concept, and we will equally, or rather we can say we will give more importance to the practical application. Fourth is processing the analysis. Once you have the clean data available, you can start analysis. We will do that also. For the decision making, we can take any number of decisions from a clean data. You will surprisingly see that a small data can give you thousands of actionable insights based on which you can take some decision. And fifth is data visualization. Sir, the top level management do not have the great amount of time that they can verify each and every line item in the data. They want a data in a single page. When we want to give them a data in a single page, we want to give them in a charts, graph, and as rightly mentioned by the Dayanivas sir, a dashboard, a dashing dashboard we are going to discuss today. So this is the 5 stages of data analysis. You can define the objective. Second, you can gather the information. Third, clean the data. 4, process the analysis. And 5, data visualization. I think these 5 things are important. If someone asks me, sir, we can add 6 stages also. Okay, fine, I'm agreed. It's a huge concept that no one can claim it. Sir, my data analysis concept and my theory is perfectly right. No, something will come someday and you have to add something. But broadly, these are the 5 stages of data analysis. Let's discuss the process of data cleaning. As I told you, and as I personally believe that the major case, in a major case, most of the time is going in cleaning the data, rather manipulating the data, or we can say to get the data ready for the analysis. So, which are the techniques? When we want to know the data cleaning techniques, it's an important aspect. Let me tell you what we can do during the data analysis. This is just insights. You can add more points also. For example, remove duplicate data. The data you got originally, the data which you can get originally, that data can be raw data. That data can be downloaded from the software. It may be having with some mistake. You have to remove the duplicate data, remove irrelevant data. As we know that before starting with the data analysis, our objective should be very clear that what we want to achieve out of this process. But data is very large in that there is so many information which we actually don't want. If we don't want, we can remove that information. Need added field. We will add this also. Sometimes we have so many fields, or we can say key columns in the data. We remove the duplicate, we remove the irrelevant. But sometimes we want the field which do not exist at all in our original data. Then what we can do? We can simply add that field. Don't worry, we will do this practically. There will be more clarity. Check the mathematical accuracy. Obviously, sir, we are auditors. We know that chartered accountant fields is playing more with the numbers. So here we can verify the mathematical accuracy of the data, that whether the mathematical accuracy is okay or not. We can verify it practically also. Formatting and structuring the data. We need to have the practical formatting and structuring of the data. When we get the raw data, it is completely in a haphazard manner. You cannot look it properly. Somewhere the number formats are not okay. Somewhere the name, or rather we can say key text format is not in a proper uppercase, lowercase, or somewhere that we have to maintain that we want a uniform data structure. Handling errors and missing values. Somewhere there will be missing values. Somewhere there will be errors. We have to check it out before the data gets ready. Integration with other data sets. Simple. we have one database and we want something else from the other data set, then we have to merge that data sets. We have to do integration to get a proper cleaned data. Simple. And ensure quality of the data. Sure, quality of the data. We'll have a one small discussion on the quality of the data, but these are the, we can say, these are the main data cleaning techniques that we should take care. If you tell me, okay, sir, we can add one more point, you can, definitely. I never claim that this is the only thing and you have to do it, now you can do it. No, sir. This is just example. Sir, we have to give that much emphasis on this data cleaning? Absolutely, yes. When we talk about data cleaning, according to one research, data analysts spend 70 to 80% time on cleaning and manipulating the data. Only rest 20 to 30% in actually analyzing the data. Sir, is it? Absolutely, yes. When we talk about cleaning the data, I always say my student with one example that if I have been given 1 hour to cut the tree, then for first 45 minutes, I will sharpen my axe. And in last 15 minutes, I will cut the whole tree. So this thing is perfectly suitable to define the data analysis, that we can say that data cleaning is extremely important. Rather than I can say the most important part, I can ensure that if you don't know the data cleaning, then you cannot be a good analyst. Because we are making the material ready-made to have the proper analysis. So we have to make sure that whatever we do, rather whatever we analyze, but before that, we can have the great number of cleaning process. Let me talk something on the quality of data. Which are the parameters we should see while ensuring the quality of the data? There are so many, but out of which I have defined something like accuracy. You should make sure that the data is accurate. For example, you want to take some decision with respect to increasing the sales, you should not take the data of purchase. Right? You should analyze the data of sales only. Second is completeness. Please make sure the data is complete. You are doing analysis of sales, but you don't have the figures of city where you have sold, where you have what are the quantitative details you have sold, then the data is incomplete. So please ensure that the data should be complete according to the objective of your analysis. Uniformity. Please make sure data is in uniform manner. For example, you want to analyze the sales, then the unit of measure should be uniform. You are going to analyze the industry of mobile accessories. You are selling the Nokia phone in a pieces. You are selling the Apple phone in a pieces, but you are selling some local brand in a dozens, in a sets. Then it is not possible to compare that data. Please make sure that the data is in a uniform way. Timeliness, absolutely. In a timeliness, I can add 2 points. Number one is, if I want to make some prediction about the sales of 2023-24 financial year, then I cannot compare the data of 2010-12, 10-11, correct? I want the data of immediate next 2 to 3 years plus. I should make sure that if I want to do something, I should get the data in timely manner. For example, I'm asking them, give me a data of mobile cell phone in last year. They said, we will get the information of 5 years old. Then it is not in a timely manner. So please ensure that the data is having the timeliness feature. Validity. Please ensure that the data is valid. For example, it should not be hypothetical. It should be realistic, or rather we can say it should be valid, received through the valid source. And accessibility. Whenever we want, we should be in a position to access the data very easily. And these are my basic parameters of data quality assurance. This is how we discuss the basic fundamental of data quality. We are just on a verge of starting the practical application, but before that, I think it is extremely important to understand the concepts of the data analysis. When we discuss about the data visualization, what does it mean by data visualization? Data visualization in simple terms is to convert your raw data, that is, we can say a simple data, into a actionable, wonderful presentation like this. When we have the data in an Excel sheet, I think this makes sense or not make sense. But when we have the data in this one page, I can ensure that it makes a great impact to our own decision making. So for that, what can we do is, we have this data and we want to make sure that out of this Excel sheet data, we convert this into this kind of dashboard. Then we have to do certain process to it, and that process we will be discussing today. What are the ways to convert it? What are the ways? We can say it's visualization tools or analysis tools. In today's era, there are so many software, there are so many tools are available for the data analysis purpose. But in my opinion, in my simple opinion, I'm giving the 4 or 5 name of it. Like, first, we know that it's Excel. Obviously, yes, it's very common to all of us. Second is Power BI, most popular. Google Data Studio, Tableau, as we know, ClickView. So these are only few names that I'm giving. Only few names that I'm giving for the data analysis purpose. In today's session, we'll be discussing a practical application through MS Excel. It's very common. We are using just because if you want after completion of this session to practice this, then you can use it. That's why we are using the Microsoft Excel for the purpose of converting the raw information into the actionable insights. You can verify this. आप चेक कर सकते हैं इसको कि कैसा how is the actual raw data and how we are converting this to the decision making tool. I'm sure everyone is getting me. Fine. So in today's our session, we'll be trying to build this kind of dynamic and interactive dashboard. This would be our today's agenda, that we can ask a few questions and it will reply us immediately. For example, I want to ask them if a particular salesman has made sales in which area for which product, whether their order is delivered or pending. I just have to interact with this dashboard using this slicer. You can see slicer and timeline. So this is what we will target today to start with this today's our practical discussion. Till now, if anyone is having any question, you can ask me. I'll ensure that we can start the practical procedure of data analysis. We are here through with our conceptual discussion, and now we'll be going through the practical discussion. In case anyone is having any question, please feel free to ask me question. Fine. So with this, let me start with the practical application of the concept of data analysis. We will be discussing as of now the practical application. My presentation is over right now, and we'll start with this all the stages that we have discussed. Fine. First, what is our objective? Fine. Let me just go through this. Define the objective. Our data is very simple. I got the data from some sales and sales order. I want to identify the sales insights, salesman performance, the city-wise performance, the deliver order and pending, the payment category, and this everything from this. So my objective is clear. Second, gathering the data. Obviously, in this objective, I got my data from the company about the order, payment, sales, etc. Clean and manipulate the data. Obviously, this would be our procedure. So first and second is done. Now we'll be focusing much on the third, fourth, and fifth. This is what we will be discussing. So with this, I'll not taking much of your time. And now let me start with a practical application of this data. I request just the people to go through this data. Just have a one look, because before doing any data analysis, it is extremely important to understand the data first. We have seen now, observe the data, examine the data. So this is an important task. Please do understand, just have the 10 seconds overview on this data, and then later on, I'll be explaining with the data. Try to understand this data. Now let me explain you the data. The company is a Jalian group of companies which is situated at Ahmedabad, is having the branch in Surat and Ahmedabad. We can say rather they are having the sales depot in Gujarat, India. We have the sales orders register. Okay. They have given certain data. Let me explain you the first sheet. They have given you the basically order number, post order number. They have given the order date. That means on which date we have received the data. Customer code. They have given the customer code. Fine. They have given the receipt date. That means amount received. They have given the order on 1st of April, but they have made the payment of on 3rd of May. Who was the salesman? What was the product? Like a Bluetooth speaker, power bank, display guard, power bank, cover, charger, touchpad. As I said, these people are doing the business in the mobile accessories. Okay. They have given the quantitative detail. Okay. The rate per unit, the sale amount, we know that how we can get the sale amount, quantity into rate, obviously, and the status of this order, whether it is delivered or pending. Sometimes we get the payment, but we do not deliver it due to any problem, and the sales depot from where we have made the sales. So this is my primary data. Understand? What is the second sheet? It is showing me the salesman data. Okay, here they have mentioned the amount of, or rather we can say percentage of commission they are offering on each transaction. Correct? Customer data. Okay, what is the customer data? That means vendor code, the name of customer, a city they belongs to, and the state they belongs to. Okay, and this is just a notes and working I have given for a reference purpose, that you can understand that what can be the 5 basic fundamental rules that you should take care while drafting any formula or using any formula. And for the pivot table, obviously we all know that for summarizing the data, we always use the pivot table. Correct? Let me go there. This is my order data. Now, is it my cleaned data? Is it my ready to analysis data? I think this data is not yet ready to analyze. We have to use certain procedure or cleaning techniques to analyze the data. Is it okay? You got the data? You understood the data? How is the data? Now let me start with the practical data cleaning. As I told you, that most of the data analysts use 70 to 80% amount of their time to clean the data, and rest 20 to 30% is only being used to actually analyze the data. Practically, let me start with. I'm adding a new sheet. Always make sure you have the backup of original data. Original raw data. This is raw data. We want to actually do certain operations which will help us to build data ready to analyze. Okay, correct. Then I'll add a new sheet. You know that how to add a new sheet. Shift F11. I'm getting the new sheet. I'll give it a name. The name is modified data. Correct? Absolutely yes. Now I'll copy the order data. I'll copy it from this place. Copy entire sheet, modified data. I'll simply press an enter to paste it. I got this data. Correct? Now, do I want the first 3 rows? Do I need this first 3 rows? In my opinion, absolutely no. I don't need this. So I will remove these 3 rows. As I told you, remove irrelevant data, remove duplicate, add necessary field, make check arithmetical accuracy, handling error, handling error and missing values. Then all the things we will discuss practically. So in my opinion, we don't need this 3 rows. So I will remove it. How to remove it? Space, shift and space, select entire row. Shift up. So we have selected this row. Control minus. So we have removed this. Okay, fine. Sir, we can see this. We have here blank row. Okay, we don't need any blank row. Why we need any blank row? We want organized data, modified data. Then we will remove this shift space. So I have selected this entire row. Again, let me show you how I did it. Shift space and control minus. Okay. Sir, why are you discussing such small things? In a data cleaning, only small things matters. We know that. Correct? Fine. So this is done. When I scroll it down, I miss the headings. Then what I will do, I have just scroll it up and I have gone to the, where I have gone, view, and view. I'll go to the freeze man and freeze the top row. Then this is freezed. You can check it out now. Howsoever I scroll it down, it will not go away. Correct? Now I will check it out before making any data ready for the pivot, or rather I would say it's a characteristics of clean data. Please make sure that data should be organized and cleaned. Simple. What I'm doing is I'm explaining the point to be taken care for a pivot table. Sir, have you copied from Google? No. It's my hardcore 5 years experience that these 5 things are extremely important to analyze any data. First is data should be organized and clean. We discussed this. Second, no entire blank row or column in your data. There should not be any entire row or column which is blank, which is having no data. So we have seen that we have just removed one. Correct? Here also I am finding something. Sir, what is that? I found A column, B column, C column, D column, E column. Oh my God, where is F column? Is it missing? Can you see this? So there is no column. Okay, then what we will do? Simply, we can see this. Let me zoom somewhere. You can check it out. Okay, so something is there in between. Oh, the column was hidden. Now I got it. Then this is the entire blank column. So this happens? Yes. In practical, when we find the data, it would always be unorganized. You have to take certain steps. So what I will do, I'll use the control space to select the entire column. To select the entire row, you have to use shift space to select control space. Obviously, when I do it, control minus, we can remove it. Okay, now you can check it out. So in last also, we have this blank column. What the hell is doing here? Okay, you are correct. Control space, control minus. Got it. Fine. Now let me scroll it down. Let me just see once, is there any problem? Oh my God. Why receipt date, anything is not mentioned? Why? Okay, this is duplicate. Hana? 74 number order is having duplication. So I think I don't need this. It is incomplete as well as duplicate, as well as this data is having missing value certainly. So I'll use shift space and control minus. Practically, we are doing data cleaning. Right? Let me again scroll down. Where? Is there any problem? If you find anything, please point me out. Sir, we are getting this issue. I think data is going to be complete. Okay, again, we found here. What we found is a blank raw. We know that how to remove it. Shift space, control minus. Correct? Okay. Let me scroll up again. And now I think data is perfectly okay or not? Okay or not? Okay, fine. Now, sir, how can we verify the arithmetical accuracy or mathematical accuracy? Sir, we know that the quantity into rate is equal to sale. Absolutely correct. Now, what I'm doing, control down. Oh, bapre. Here also, we have the missing value. Okay. Is it duplicate? No, it is not duplicate. Just the sales amount is missing. Then what we can do is very simple. Is equal to quantity into rate. Okay. Now we got it. Sir, is it possible that we can get this kind of information? Absolutely yes. We can get such kind of information at any point of time. Okay. Now the data is complete, no problem. Now we want to verify that whether this is okay or not. What I'm doing it alt equal to, so I'll found total sales. My total sales is 6,76,430. But how can I ensure that this number is correct or not? Sometimes the people make mistake when they are doing some minute things. Correct? Then what I'm doing, I'm adding one more additional column to verify the mathematical accuracy. Control space, and now I'm using control plus to add one column. Correct? Now what I'll do, I give its name. What I'll give its name? So verify. Sir, we can give anything name you can give. This is the temporary column. We are adding it right now. If we can find any problem, we can resolve it, and later on we have to delete this. Correct? Okay. Now, rate into quantity is equal to sale. Correct? Fine. Let me do it duplicate. Okay, sir. I did it. Fine. I have just double click over there and I found the whole column with the same number. Fine. Now what I have to do, I have to use again the double in alter equal to, so that I can identify. Oh my God, there is some problem. What is the problem? According to mathematics, the amount is this one, but actual this one. So we are finding 1800 rupees difference is there. Okay, sir, let us verify. Sir, let us check it out. Where is the problem? Okay, sir, this one is fine. Sir, this one is fine. Sir, this one is also fine. This one is, array yaar, you should not check like this. We have here 500 line item. This is okay. If you do it manually, then also you can do it, but it's a tedious process completely. So we don't do it right like this. If you get some data is having 10,000 line item, then how much time it will require to check and verify this kind of mathematical accuracy? Sir, mathematical accuracy, I have used a mathematical accuracy in one of the project where we have to verify the GST that we have paid and that we should have actually paid. Sir, but here how I can compare this both the columns? Sir, very simple. Very simple. Add one more column, control plus, control space. I have selected the entire column, then control plus. Now I'll be using the audit. So there are two ways. One is sales is equal to verified sales. Both are equal, then it will mention true. Or you can use one formula also. I think both are simple. Exit text 1, comma text 2. That means mention the text 1 and text 2, that is sales, and verify sales. I'm sorry. Correct? So this is true. Fine. This is true. Now let me do it. Double click over here. Fine. Then I got it true, sir. Everyone, it is true. Then there is no problem. Array, my dear, you just have to check it out. You use the filter. Sir, how can we use the filter? Control Shift L. Okay, then we found it. Sir, is it a shortcut? Sir, we can use it. Sir, I am focusing on Excel because in most of the cases, when you are doing data analysis, you have to use Excel to clean the data. The data can be used in other software like Power BI, Google Data Studio, or something else. But I think in a normal course, you have to use the Google, not so Google, but Microsoft Excel as a data cleaning software. That's why I'm focusing much on the part of data cleaning. So somewhere you feel that the process of data cleaning is boring. As I told you, 70 to 80% time, the people take central in data cleaning, and just 20 to 30% in taking visualization and presenting the data and actually analyzing it. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. It's a major task. And that's why I'm going very slowly. In case you have any questions or answers, you can feel free to ask me. I'm also checking it on a YouTube also. Correct. So in case you have any questions, please do ask me in a YouTube as well. Correct. So let me go through this. I was discussing the verification or mathematical accuracy checking, where I have the two columns. One is the actual they have given, and second is according to me, this should be an amount. Now I have made one column. I have used this. What I did is very simple. Use the one exact formula. You can use the equal to also, no problem in that. Now I'll use the Control Shift L. I'll check it. Okay. Oh my God, there are something where the false is also used. That means these are the two transactions where we had made certain mistake. For example, the actual amount is 80. Matlab that this should be 83,505, but what they have did is 85,305. Matlab they have misplaced the number. You got it? Here we have to use 53 and they have taken 35. So now let me change it what should be originally. Correct? Fine. Here also they have misplaced 84 and 48. This kind of mistakes happens when the people are doing some manual operations. So here also 84, correct? Then we have that true. That means now we have, we do not have anything which is false. You can check it out. Wow, correct. Now let me go down, control down, and. Okay, you can see right now the difference is 0. Okay, yes. The difference is 0. So now I can say that my data is mathematically accurate. Is it okay? Correct. So now let us do that. What I'm doing now, this is my verify and audit. Both are my temporary columns, which I have to remove it because the data would get bulky if I do not remove them. Correct. And it is actually not necessary. So control space, shift right, and control minus. Now you can check it out. We have removed this, both of this, and we don't want this total. I don't need it. Why? Because you can check it out. We have mentioned ignore total row in selection while making the pivot table. Correct. So rather we don't need this. So I have deleted this simply. Okay. Correct, sir. Now let me go forward. And how can we check it out whether we are going forward or not? The thing is very simple, that now we want the salesman commission. The commission is based on the sales amount. If Pathik Patel is making any transaction, then he will get 1.45% of his transaction. In the same way, if Rajesh Chauhan is doing any transaction, he'll get 1.20%. Sonal Zane is doing, then he'll get 1.5%. Nazin Khan, then he'll get 1.15%, 1.10%. Now, if I want this data, then what I will do? I will just go here and I'll add one more column of commission that I'm paying, because actually I want to analyze this. Control space, control plus. Now I am adding the name of column, that is commission. Okay. But sir, how I will get the commission over here? Based on the name of salesman. If the salesman is Rajesh, here I'll get the percentage of sales commission. Correct? For that, I have to use the VLOOKUP formula. So VLOOKUP, absolutely yes. Sir, let me be very clear. I'll not be focusing much more here to teach you the concept of formulas. Rather, I'll be focusing more on the part of dashboard and data analysis. Because if I'm going to teach you the formula of VLOOKUP, I think I'll be getting diverted and I'll not be in a position to focus purely on my fundamentals of this concept. But I just can give you this notes about the formula. You should be taking care of this 5 point very importantly. You should always start the formula with equal to or plus, sometimes minus also. But I think in most of the cases, you should start with the equal to or plus. So what I'm using, I'm always using equal to. Correct? Open and close bracket properly. This is the mistake many times a student commit while using the Excel. Third, separate each argument by comma. Is it? Absolutely yes, sir. When I use any argument, I have to make it separate by comma. Don't worry, I'm going to explain this in a practical also. Use the text argument in a quotes. That means double inverted. And always, this is my last but most important. Understand the syntax. Don't mug up. Syntax, argument, input, whatever you say. So these 5 points are extremely important to take care about the formula that you are being used in the Excel. Correct? Now, this is my modified data. Sir, is it order data? Do I need it? Actually, I need it, but I think now it would be fine if I don't need it, right? So I'm doing order data, right click, and I'm hiding the file so that I can have the clear visibility. Okay, sir? Correct? Modify the data, salesman. Now, based on the name of salesman, I want the percentage of commission over here. What I will do is very simple. I will use the VLOOKUP function is equal to, sir, I told you now, always start with equal to or plus. I am starting with the equal to. So is equal to VLOOKUP. Understand? So let me just ensure you that it may be the initial, the time of data cleaning get sometime bored, but the end result is always amazing, always beautiful. Correct? So please ensure that you do not miss this time of cleaning. And I think cleaning is extremely important. I met so many data analysts. Actually, I am personally myself is also data analyst. I met so many people who are good in creating the graph, who are good in using the pivot table, who makes the awesome charts. But when I ask them to clean the data, they don't do it. Then what is the use of that? You got it. You don't get the raw material ready, then how can you make the finished product? So the clean data is actually raw material for any, or rather we can say every data analyst. Correct? So I'm getting here. Just be with me for a few minutes. You will get an idea that how much wonderfully the data is getting ready. You'll be so much happy. Fine. So commission, I want percentage of commission based on the name of the salesman, and that data will be coming from the another sheet. Correct? So is equal to VLOOKUP. Now, first rule I told you, always start with equal to or plus. Then we are applying first rule, started with equal to. Second, open and close bracket properly. We have opened this. Last one, do not mug up the formula. Always try to understand the syntax. What does it mean? Just have a look. When I'm using this, a formula of VLOOKUP, what it is asking me. So this is my entire formula. You can see on my head is VLOOKUP. What they want is lookup value, table array, column index number, and range lookup. What does it mean by lookup value? Lookup value means based on what I want the percentage of commission here. Then based on this name of salesman, correct? E2, comma, table array. Then table array, I have to go to the salesman and I have to use this table array. So why have you not chosen the serial number column? Always make sure your data should start from your lookup value. In a simple language, I say what to search salesman, where to search in table array. Please make sure when my lookup value is a salesman, then the first column of my table array should be that lookup value. So then why have you given this to confuse you people? When you start with this, you will never get an answer. Correct? Is equal to VLOOKUP. I got this lookup value, comma, I'm going to the salesman data, then this is the data. I'll make it F4. That means I have logged this data. You must be knowing the concept of relative cell reference and absolute cell referencing. Comma, now it is asking me column index number. What does it mean? That means in which column the output is there, what I want. But column index number, not the name. Fine. Then first column and second column, I will mention second. You can check it. It is being written over here also. Comma, range lookup. That means whether I want exact match or approximate match. Obviously, exact match I want. So I'll press a 0. Sir, why 0? You can select the false also, or you can mention a 0. And for approximate, you can use the true, or you can mention 1. But I think it would be very easy to go with the 0. So in a general, people are using it. Now I'm making an enter. So I found it key, the percentage of commission of Rajesh is 0.12. Correct. Now, if I make it double click, I found everyone. But here I got the percentage. Does it make any sense? I think no. What I want is, I want the amount of commission. Then can I say sales into the commission rate? Then we will get the amount. Correct. I'm just doing the F2. F2 and into I2. Sir, I2 means sales. So I got an amount. So this is the date. Don't worry. Just change it to the general format. Okay, sir. Now you just have to double click over here. That means drag it and you found everyone's commission. What I did is very simple. I just have used this salesman data over here and I have multiplied by the sales amount. But sir, here we are getting the fraction. Make one more formula of round to round this up. है ना? Is equal to round, correct? And number of decimal places is 0. Bracket close. Correct? Now Control D. That we can also do. I think easy to understand. Correct? Here we have applied 2 formulas and 1 mathematical operation. That is, we have used the round formula and VLOOKUP, and later on I have just multiplied it with the sales amount so that I can get the exact information of commission that is applicable. I'm sure it is very easy. Sometimes you don't know if it is easy or not, then you just have to learn the VLOOKUP and round formula, then this will be easy for you. So I'm delivering this session in 2.5 hours because I have spent minimum 2000 hours on Excel. Sir, we have to do it? No, sir. If you want to do the same kind of analysis, at least you should learn VLOOKUP, basic functions like round. It will hardly take 5-6 hours. Correct? So this is commission amount we got. Okay. So do we want the commission data now? No, we have the name and percentage. So just let me do it. Right click and hide this. So why are you hiding this? So that it can be very easy for me. Correct? So now it's a customer data. Here we have in this original data only customer code, but we have here customer name, their city and state. So is it useful to make some analysis? You have to use this. Likewise, if I get the data here with customer name, control space, control plus, control plus, control plus. Sir, why? So I'm using customer name, city, okay, and state. Okay. So now is equal to VLOOKUP. This is vendor code, is a lookup value. Based on vendor code, I want the name, lookup value, comma, table array. Then I'll go to directly to the customer data. Correct? So this is my customer data. I will select it from customer code and not the serial number, because serial number is given just to confuse you. Sir, such mein? Absolutely yes. So this, I have selected entire data. I am using the F4 just to freeze the data, just to convert it to the absolute cell reference. Sir, what is that? If you don't know it, what is the absolute cell reference and relative cell reference, then my dear, you should focus much more on that part, because it is such a important thing of the Excel that you will not learn it anywhere. If you don't know it, then there would be limited chances that you'll get good at Excel. Comma, sir, where is comma? This is the thing, you can check it out. This is the column index number. You just guess which will be the column index number. First, second, third, fourth, or fifth. I think first, second. Why? We want it. First column is a customer code. Second is a name. Sir, I am confused. First is a serial number. Second is a customer code. And third is a customer name. No. You have selected this table from customer code. So in your selection, first column is customer code and second is customer name. And what we want? Customer name. Then it is on the second. Okay, sir, now I got it. 2, 0, bracket close. Correct? Oh, I got it, sir. Now we got it. Just make it double click. And wow, sir, this is amazing. I know it amazing. But I'm getting some problem here. What? Sir, here C distributor, it is in a uppercase. This is in the proper case. This is in the uppercase. This is in the uppercase. Sir, this is in the lowercase. Sir, data is not uniform. Then what we will do? Let us convert this into the proper case. That means each character, or rather we can say each character of any word is a capital and every one is a lowercase. Sir, how can we do it? Use a proper formula. Proper. Yes, absolutely. If I'm doing F2 and what I'm doing is before VLOOKUP, just have a look. Before VLOOKUP, this is my VLOOKUP. I'm using it before proper. And now I have to make sure I'm making the two clause. Why? First clause is for a VLOOKUP and second clause is for a proper. Now, if I'm making enter, you can check it out. Just double click, double click, double click. The data is uniform. I'm sure it is perfectly okay. Correct? Sir, in the same way, CT. Sir, can you copy this formula from this place? What I have to change is this. I'll copy for the next thing. Let me write over here is equal to VLOOKUP. Lookup value is customer code because it is the common. Comma. I got to the customer data. Okay. So from where to select? Serial number? No. Why no? Because my lookup value should always be in first column of my table array. Correct? F4, comma, sir, column index number, third. Why third? Because first is customer code, second is customer name, third is CT, and we want CT. 3, you can see it is being written over here, comma, 0, because it is being written on the last seat, so we will not be in a position to see it. correct? So Ahmedabad, okay, sir, okay. Let me do it, double click over here. Now this is okay, correct. But sir, here we have a problem. I said what? Sir, everything is in uppercase. Then you know the solution. What to do it? Sir, please write proper. Correct? Absolutely correct. Now double click it, drag it, you'll get an answer. Sir, for a state, we have to apply the same thing. Yes. Proper plus VLOOKUP. Sir, can we copy this formula? You have to copy from this place. You cannot copy this cell, like copy and paste over here. You'll not got an answer because the cell reference will change. Got it? If I use copy and paste, then my cell reference will get changed. So what I'll do is, I'll simply copy this entire formula and I'll paste it over here, but I'll change only column number. Why? Because in my data, understand, first, second, third, and fourth is having the state. Correct? Sir, absolutely correct. So I'll use the control V, F2 here, and I use it 4 number. Wow, I got it. Sir, now you have pasted the formula with proper and VLOOKUP both. Yes, this is what we did. Correct? Fine. Sir, what else we want now? Now, I thought to say that I want to compare this to order date and receipt date. I want to identify how many legs are there in a payment. Sir, what does it mean? If I'm receiving the order on a 1st of April, and if I'm not getting the data, I am not getting the amount within 60 days, then this customer would not be a good for me. For example, 1st April, I got on 3rd July, 3rd April, 29 April, 4 April, 30th July, 30th June. How much time it took? Then I can check here payment date. Rather, I can say receipt date, likho, receipt days. That means in how much days I'm getting an amount. Then I'll simply use it is equal to receipt date minus receipt date minus order date. Okay, conclude. This person took 32 days. Okay, now just let me click, double click. Okay, so some people are paying in 89 days, 2 days, 41 days, 159 days, 129 days. Okay, we'll do analysis. We are just getting the data here. We'll do analysis. Don't worry. Sir, we want something else also want to know. We want to categorize this. I said, what does it mean by categorize? They are saying, sir, we want category. I said, how? Minimum days and maximum days I want to identify. How much time they are taking is equal to mean of all this. Okay. Formula, correct. 0. Matlab, there are some people who are giving the amount on the same day of making the order. Okay. Max. So max of this. Oh my God, some people are taking more than 2 months. This is too much, huh? This is too much. Average, or on an average, how much time the people take? Average. Then average people take 97 days. I think, oh my God, this is very bad. Now, I was not knowing this. Don't worry. Let us make some category. We thought if someone is giving us amount within 60 days, that means less than or equal to 60 days, then this will be A plus category for us. Let us keep A plus. Okay, this customer, this transaction is in A plus category. But if someone is giving within 90 days, then also let us keep them in A category. But if some people give us within 120 days, then this is B category. If someone gives us within 30 days, A plus 60 days A, 90 days B, 120 C. And if we are getting the amount, I think let us make it here. 30 days gap would be the greater. Let us make it 180 and here it would be 120. But if we are getting greater than 180, then this would be the D category transaction. Camera. I hope you got it. Just a second. Correct? Good to go. Then this is the category. Now we want to have the transaction of each category. Each transactions category. Then let me write over here. Let me use the word here. Payment days. Just be with me. We will have a wonderful dashboard out of this. As I told you, 80% time is being invested in a data cleaning, and we are in the stage of data cleaning. We are not starting analysis. Correct? So here, payment category. Now, I'll using this, understand, I'll be using this parameter to decide the payment category. If the payment day is less than 31. So why use the less than 31? That includes less than equal to a 31, equal to a 30. That's why I use the less than 31, comma, then use A plus. Okay. Else, if it is not, then if the payment days is less than 61, then please make it A. If the payment is less than 121, then it is B. If the payment is less than 181, then make it C, else D. What does it mean? It does it mean first it will check whether it is less than 31, then A plus. If it is not, then it will have the next step, that whether it is less than 61. If it is less than 61, then it is A. If it is not less than 61, then it is less than 121. If it is less than 121, it would be B category. If it is not less than 121, then it will ask next question, that whether the payment days are less than 181, then C, it is saying that it is not less than 31, not less than 61, not less than 121, not less than 181. Then certainly it is greater than 181. Then it will be D category. Correct? This is my A category. Okay, sir, how can we see? Correct? Sir, this person is making payment within 30 days, so it is A plus. This person is making payment within 120 days, then it is B. Then we found every categorical payment category. Okay, sir, this is good. Fine, fine. Now I don't need this. This was the rough work I have concluded. Now what I want? Now I just want to know that whether any transaction has been conducted on the Sunday. My boss asked me, for whom I was doing data analysis, that tell me on which weekday there is a very much rush in the business. That means Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. Then I have to identify. The day. So I'll say order day, not a day, not a day. It's not a date, it's a day. There is a one formula from which I can convert this date into the day. Okay, is equal to text. Correct? And I have to select the date. Please pay attention. This is my formula. I'm sorry. This is my formula, and I'm writing over here. I will select the date from which I want the convert the date, comma, the format text would be in double inverted 3 times D. text function. See, whatever we are discussing is a wonderful VLOOKUP, proper, upper, lower. Sir, but I cannot discuss anything in a depth because I have a long to go till the dashboard. You'll so much mesmerized to see the dashboard. Just be with me with patience. Thursday, okay, that was a Thursday. Absolutely. Now let me do this. Double click. Okay, fine. I found order day. Sometime I got the receipt date also. May I check the pattern of receipt, that on which day I'm getting more amount so that I can plan my next day accordingly. Are you getting? Yes, sir. Then we can check it out also. Receipt day. Receipt day. Sir, which was the formula? Text is equal to text value. What does it mean? From which date you want to convert the date? Then this was the receipt date. Okay, comma. In which format I want the data? 3 times D. Sir, what will happen if we write 4 times D? Just have a look. You'll get the full day. Oh, is it? If I make it 3 times D. Okay, sir, if I want month, you can also get the month. If you make 3 times M, then you can get full month. 4 times, then you can get like this. Correct? Okay, sir, we can get any information. See, you can get information like this. Fine. D, double D, triple D, 4 times D. See, only one function, how much helpful it is, I'm just showing you. Correct? You can write Y or double Y. It is the same impact, and triple Y or 4 times Y. It is also having the same impact. If I'm writing the date 9th August 2022, I can identify easily is equal to text function. I think this is beautiful function. I have to log this by F4, comma. This is the text format I want. If I use the single D, I'll get 9. If I use the double D, I'll get the 09. If I get the triple D, I'll get the day. If I get the 4 times D, I'll get the full day. In a similar way, I'll use like this, and then this is the 10 way I'm going to get the information. A simple function text can give you this kind of information. A small function, but it does your work very beautifully. Correct? Let me just remove this. This will be in a recorded video where you can watch it at any point of time. You can get to know. Here what I want to know the day. Okay, sir, 3 times D is enough. Sir, now we got it. What is the difference between 3 times D and 4 times D? You are a genius. I know you people. Else you must have not joined here on a Sunday, or rather you not have joined the chartered accountancy. Correct? Absolutely correct, sir. Sir, my data is ready to analyze. Sir, as many as field you wish, you can add here. Sir, how much field we can add here? Sir, right now we have added this customer name, city and state, which was not there. 3 field. Okay, this is the commission. 4. Fine. Correct. And these are the 4 more. We have added 8 field over here. 8 field. Any questions till now? I am sure the flow is okay. If you feel somewhere stuck or you want me to repeat a particular task, you can ask me. Alok sir, I am sure I am going in a smooth way. My speed is okay.
Hello. Am
yes,
I
sir. Absolutely, sir.
Yeah. Were you saying something?
What I was asking, that my flow is okay, right?
Yeah, absolutely perfect.
Fine. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Correct. Thank you, sir. I hope the data cleaning process is okay. Can anyone tell me how much time we took? We took nearly 45 minutes to clean the data. 45 minutes. If you ask me to clean it, how much time I can take? I can just make it sure in a 4 to 5 minutes because of my practice. I took this time just to explain you the methodology, concept, the system, and now we can start the analyzing the data. Now it's easy to go. It's a simple to go that how it is useful to analyze the data. My data is ready, but before I make it, let me do some basic things that the data should be visible somewhere in a good manner. Wow, this is correct. Should I do one more thing? I'm converting this data into a format table format. Why table format? It is having extremely great amount of benefits there, but I cannot discuss much in a detail. As you know that we are shorting the time. What I'm doing is Control A, okay, and Control T. I'll press Control T. Enter. Data is changed. Rather, data format is changed. When we talk about data format, now I can make a wonderful dashboard out of this. But before that, let me teach you how you can do analysis. So for that, I'm making two sheets. One is analysis. I want to take some decision, then I will do data analysis. First stage. Second, I'll make a dashboard, dynamic dashboard rather I would say. So for that dashboard, I want some data. So I'm creating backend for that. Now I'm sure you'll be easily in a position to understand how data is being cleaned. Now I don't want customer data. Let me do it. Right click and hide the data. I don't want this also. So I'm doing the right click and hide the sheet. Now you have the 4 sheet modified data. That means ready to analyze the data. Analysis we can analyze. We have the dashboard. We have the backend. And now let us go to the data. And what I'll do, I'll simply use the Control A. I have selected the entire data. I'll go to Insert tab, I'll go to pivot table, and from a table, you want to choose pivot table to be placed at a new worksheet or existing worksheet. I want to make it available to the existing worksheet. Location, absolutely, I can locate it. New worksheet, I don't want it because I already have the analysis tab sheet. So I'll use the existing worksheet. Location, I want it to be placed over here. I have selected the destination. Okay, now my pivot table would be ready. You must have some basic idea about the pivot table during your ITT, advanced ITT, or during your office, but still let me explain you something about the data pivot table. What I can do is very simple. All the headers which the headers I had has become the field over here. Order number, order date, customer name, CT. And I have the 4 areas to drop: filter, column, row, and value. If I want the data to be analyzed CT wise, understand, this is the wonderful data where I have the lot of transaction in a lot of CT. If someone asks me for whom I'm doing data analysis, Bolo, sir, how can we see where we are performing wonderful in which city? Then it is having a simple idea. We will take the decision based on CT. How can we do it? We can go to this pivot table. I'll put the CT in the row. Understand? I have just chosen this CT and I have put it down it into the row. Now my city wise list is ready. You can check it out. Wow. If I put the city again into the value, I found it count, that is number of transaction. I'm having total 500 transaction, out of which transaction is there, or rather how many number of transaction is there in a particular city. I found it out, and now I'll use the sales, very sale. I have put it down the sales into the value. Oh my God. This is the summary ready with the amount of transaction per city. I just have formatted it little bit. So what I am doing again, if I am using the sales again here, so this is the same thing. Parameter would be different. How? You just have to click sum of sale to double click over here, and you have to go to the show value as, and no calculation. You have to choose percentage of column total, make it okay, and now you can see, oh my God, percentage wise sales is ready. Out of all the 500 transactions, you have the major sales in the city of Ahmedabad, consisting 97 transactions and total amount of nearly 18.5% transaction. Okay, sir, now I got it. Sir, you want to see which product is performing better in which city? Yes, sir, we want to check it out. Just do one thing. I am removing this. What I am doing is I am making sure that my product is placed. Sir, where is my product? This is product. My product, I have chosen the product from there and placed into the column. Correct? Okay. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking the sales into the values. Okay, damn, this is ready. The sales wise, rather I would say, percentage wise, city wise, and product wise sales is ready. I hope it is very easy. Is it fine? I'm sure those who are knowing the, sir, we want the percentage. Right click, you can show as a value and percentage of grand total. What does it mean? Out of 100% sales, 9.10% sales is of battery, 17% sale is of Bluetooth speaker, and out of which this is percentage wise information is given. I think, Kamal, this is the thing that we should encash. Correct? This is now we can take the decision in which city we want to market what thing. In Ambala, we are not selling a single battery. It's a 0%. In Ambala, though we are having a 7% of transaction, we are very much lacking in this. We are selling more of power bank there. This product are not performing well. If I want to check it out, what I can do is I am using this. Correct? Where we are lacking less than 1%, conditional formatting, I'll go to highlight, I'll use the less than. So these are the area where our share is less than 1%. This is the second stage. We can say analysis of data. First, we determine the objective. Second, we got the data. Third, we have cleaned the data. Fourth, we are in analyzing the data. Visualization is still there. We are in the fourth stage right now. If you remember the first, what we have discussed. Simple, fine. We can take n number of decisions. If we don't want, we want to take the salesman, that which salesman, just do one thing, remove the city and make sure the salesman comes to the picture. Now the data is ready with the salesman wise and product wise, that which salesman is selling which product. Sir, you want to check it out. Okay, delivery status is pending or what, then do one thing, delivery status down this, then the report is ready. Simple. I think very common and very easy to take any kind of decision. You ask me any question. Sir, which top 3 salesmen are performing better? Which 5 cities are performing better? Where I am getting the more sales? Which salesman is working in a which city better way? Sir, you can ask me 1,000 questions and my one reply would be pivot table. Because we got here an extraordinary data which is extremely cleaned. I think very simple. If you have any question, feel free to ask. I'm here to answer your question. Correct? Now I can take any decision. This is what my first pivot table is. I have checked it out, delivered. If my boss has asked me that, Bhavin, do one thing. You have given this wonderful report. Okay. Do one thing, just add CT also here. I said, fine, sir. CT. Oh my God, this is the biggest report. More than 100 line item. Okay, sir will verify it. But Bhavin, make sure this is of a pending. I want to check it out. Those salesmen who are making comfortable with the orders, they are getting the orders, but they are not making payment. They are not doing delivery. Then what I will do? I will use this delivery status. Where is my delivery status? In the field of filter over here, you can check it out. Filter, I have placed over here. I found something new, and what I'll do in the delivery status, I'll select, okay, sir, I want the data of pending only. Correct. Now you can see my report has been shrink down. Isn't it simple? Is it okay? Perfect. So then we can take any amount of any number of decisions. Fine. Sir, how I did it? Let me delete it. I'm adding again my pivot table. I'll go to the modified data, Control A. I have selected this data. I have used this insert tab, pivot table. Okay. And from a table, correct. Where I want the pivot table report to be placed in new sheet. No, sir. I want in an existing worksheet. Absolutely correct. And now I'll go to the analysis tab where I put it over here. Okay, let me go to the above cell, correct, and I'll make it okay. So now our 4 field are ready with me. You can check it out. Is it fine? Simple. Sir, I want CT wise. Okay, let me analyze the salesman. Correct. Then my salesman, I'll put a salesman into this raw area. Okay. I'll put the salesman into that value. Sir, why value? Count. I want the sale amount. Okay. I want the sale amount. Okay. So second time, yes, I know it. I want the sale amount here. So third time, I know it. I want the sales amount over here. Okay. I want the sales amount here. Sir, you have taken 4 times sales. I know it. Thank you. I know it. Why, sir? Why? You will understand it now that why I did this. Correct. Now, sum of sales. Okay. This is fine. No problem in that. I'll go to home tab and this thing. Correct. Now sum of sale 3. I don't want this, but let me remove this number of decimal. Correct. Let me do it. Double click. Show as a value. Percentage of column total. Percentage. Sir, what will you do with this sum? Double click. And I don't want sum. Now I want minimum. Now I want maximum. Now I want average. Sir, what is the interpretation of this data? Don't worry, I will explain you. I'm just working right now on the analysis part. These are my, you can check it out. Each salesmen, number of transactions they have carried out, the amount of sales, total sales they have made, the percentage of total sales, and minimum sales amount. You can check it out. Rajesh is my highest sales making salesman, but the total amount sales he has made is, understand, 19,000. That means he has not carried out any single transaction out of this 116 transaction, which is less than 19,532. Maximum, the single amount transaction maximum is 5,98,000, and the on an average sales he made is 1,38,000. Okay, so his ability to engage the more sales per transaction, we can check. I hope you understand now. Correct? Is it simple? Absolutely simple, in my opinion. Correct? Now, you want to see, sir, which transaction Rajesh carried out. You just have to click. Drill down option, double click. The system is ready. These are the 116 transactions. Sir, from where you got? Very good. I have to just click. If I want the Pooja Waghela, I have to double click and the data is ready. All the transaction with respect to Pooja Waghela is here with me and the summary is ready in the original format. Only consisting the transaction 60 or 80 or whatever it is. This consists the only transaction which are carried out by Pooja. And drill down option, one of the best option I can say of the Excel power table. Pivot table. Correct. So these are the two drill down option. I have got it. Correct. Now you want something. For example, your boss asked you to do something. Yeah, please do not prepare any kind of report. I'm just giving you some idea to prepare a report. I said, what, sir? Do one thing. Just go to the CT. I said, sir, done, sir. Just go to the product. I said, done, sir. Just go to the delivery status. I said, fine, sir. So this is the CT wise and product wise ready. But my boss told me, Bhavin, this is not enough. I said, sir, then what else you want? Bhavin, I want this salesman wise. I said, sir, yes. Let us forget this. I want this data salesman wise. Okay. Then what I have to do is I have to put this sales into the filter. Understand? I'm sorry, not a sales, but salesman into the filter over here. Now you can see. You can simply see. I can select any salesman over here. But if I wish, just pay attention. This is the powerful feature to generate the reports in a fraction of seconds. Understand? If I want this for Akash Thakkar, I can select it. If I want this for a Megha Nayak, I can select it. If I want for a more than 2%, then I can select it like this, select multiple use. If I want all, then I can select it all. But what if I want 8 report with all the 8 salesmen? You got it? I want this kind of report. For example, I'm having this report for a Nazin Khan, then I want the report for other salesmen in a similar way. And then what I can do is very simple, friends. If I want this, pay attention. I will go to the pivot table analyze tab. This is the new customized tab available only when you are having the pivot table. The name may be different, like a analyze or something like that. You have to go to the option tab and you have to use this show report filter pages. This is important. Okay, so report filter pages and the report based on salesman. When I click this, my 8 report is ready with all the salesmen. Akash Thakkar, Megha Nayak, Nazin Khan, Pathik Patel, Pooja, Rajesh, Seema, Sonal, all the reports are ready in a single click. Now you can take any decision. You want to check it out. State-wise performance, city-wise performance, the top 10 customers. Correct? Let me go to the analysis tab again, and I'll just, if I want the second pivot table, I'll copy this and I'll paste it down. Correct. Now I don't want the salesman. Then what I'll do, I'll simply put over here and put the salesman aside. Correct. I want the top 10 parties out of all my customers. Then I'll go to the customer name. Correct. These are my customers, and I'll just filter it over here. Filter, value filter, top 10 based on sum of sale. Okay, so these are my top 10 customers. Correct. I can identify. Sir, payment category. Sir, payment category analysis. Copy this and paste it aside. Correct. This is my separate pivot table. What I'll do now, I'll remove the customer name. I'll go to the payment category. I'll put it over here. I'll put it over this way also, that out of 500 transactions, only 45 transactions are D category. Okay. I want in this place also, I want to check it out, the payment category. Just let me check it here only. Correct. Percentage of column total. So out of all the transaction, I am getting 30% of the amount within the time. Rest 59% not in time. But this is D category. I have to focus on them. Cash flow, if I talk about, I hope you understand this. So here you can take n number of transaction or n number of analysis there. Now let me focus now. I want to focus on a dashboard, that how can I create a wonderful dynamic dashboard. Correct? Be with me. Again, it will be somewhere tedious or somewhere boring, like a data cleaning, but you know that if you do not focus on the process, there will be very high probability that the end result, you will never reach there. Correct? Fine. So I don't want this. Hide. I also don't want this. Whatever I don't want, I'm just hiding it. This, F4. Oh my God, I have hidden the analysis also. I don't want to hide this. So unhide, and I have clicked it down. Correct? If I go to the dashboard, then before that, I want to create a backend. The charts I am creating will surely have the backend data from this modified data. For example, I want to check the city-wise, month-wise, product-wise, delivery status-wise, sales depot-wise performance on a single page with a graphical representation. Then what I have to do is very simple. I have to create graph charts that can be pie chart, column chart, bar chart, line chart, area chart. Correct. So let me move forward, selecting the data. Okay. I am going to the insert table, pivot table from a range. Correct. Existing worksheet, location. Where is the location? Location is, I'll put in a backend. Sir, why not in analysis? Analysis and backend is the same, but here the backend would be of a chart or a graph, or we can say dashboard. The backend of dashboard would be here. The data would be pictorial, and tabular data would be available here. The graphical would be available in the next sheet, that is dashboard. Okay. If I want the city-wise performance, okay, what I will do, I will simply put the city. Fine. I will simply put the city into the this row and sales amount into this value. Correct? Absolutely correct. Now, if I want to create a chart of this CT wise, what I have to do is simple, alter F1, the chart is ready. Okay. Now I have to make some cosmetic changes, designing, for a better presentation. I have to make this, else you will be in a position to know that Ahmedabad is having the great amount of sales. That is okay. That is okay. But let me do something extraordinary. Sir, how you can do something extraordinary? Very simple. Now, this is my chart. I'll modify it. How? I don't want this legend. Total. I don't need it. Delete. Correct. I don't need this. Why? We'll discuss it. I don't need this. So I will right click, hide all the field button on the chart. Correct. Fine. Now I don't want this grid line. I have selected this. Correct. Now be with me for the next 20 minutes just to have the beautiful results. You will be in a position to take the decision within fraction of second. If someone asks you that how much time it will take, or rather we can say what decision we can take, then you can tell them within a fraction of second that, sir, these are the best salesmen, these are the month you can go out, these are the sales depot you should focus, these are the salesmen you should fire, these are the customers you should ask them for a good sales. Correct? So this is my performance, city wise performance. Okay, city wise performance, yes. Correct. Now I'll go to the pivot chart analyze, or I would say go to the design, and I'll go to the add chart element. There are a lot of chart element, out of which I want the data label. You want in a center, inside base, outside end. I think outside end would be fine, or data call out. It would look like this. This is depends upon you. I think this would be okay. Correct. I have to manage it somewhere. Don't worry. Correct. Now I'm sure that this is overlapping somewhere, but this can overlap. So let me bring it up. Okay, fine. This can also overlap. So I'm doing it. Fine. Now I have selected this. Now I want to format this chart. See, this is the process we are doing it, right? Double click and border. I don't want the border, so no border. Okay, I'm going to the dashboard, and what I'm doing is I'll go to the view, and I don't want grid line, so I have untick this grid line. Correct. So right now I found it absolutely blank. Correct. I'll go to this backend. I'll check this, double click, and in a field I will say no field. Why no field? So that it can be transparent. Correct. Okay, sir, now I got it. So now you'll be in a easily position. I'm just selecting the city area, bold I have did it, and if I want to make some color in that, then I can make it, but I think this would not be appropriate. But yes, let me make this bold. Is it good to make this color? Okay, wow, this is particularly perfectly all right. Okay, sir, I'm selecting the now columns. Columns, yes, I have selected the columns. Fine. Now you can see what I want is, if I want the vary color by point, I can do it. It will look like this. Wow, these are the different colors. But no, let me make a single color, or rather pattern fill. If I'm making the pattern fill, okay, I can choose 2 colors, 3 colors. Okay, so these are the colors. I think this is highly appreciable charts. Correct. So these are you want to series overlap, or you want to reduce the gap, so it can look like this. Wow. So let me do it. Control X. The chart is ready. Control X, and I have put it to this dashboard. Wow. Let me do it a small and I have made it like this. Is it okay? So this is my city wise one chart is ready. Be with me for some time. My humble request to all of you is to be patient. Correct? Now, if I want to know the product wise performance, okay, I'll just copy this. Control A, copy and paste. Correct? This is my backend. Fine. You can give it any name. Fine. Now this is ready. Now I don't want a city wise, so I will modify this my pivot table field. You know that how to do it. If I don't want city wise, correct. Now I want the product wise. Where is my product? Sir, this is my product. I'll drag it into the row field. Correct. Now Alt F1. Sure, again we got the new chart, but this time power bank is leading. Okay, but sir, I think we want some other design of chart. Is it possible? Absolutely yes. Just go to the pivot, design tab. You'll find the option to change chart type. Now you can change any chart depending upon the type of database. Okay, sir, I think pie chart would be better now in this case. Correct? Absolutely yes. So I think let us make this chart. Okay, sir. Product wise performance, sir, naam de de. Can we give the name? Absolutely yes. Product wise performance. Correct. I don't want this legend. I have selected it and deleted it. Now I want this to be up, so that right click and hide all the field button. Absolutely. Sir, what are we missing here? Sir, we are missing here. Okay. We are missing here one thing. What? Sir, data label. You can add it from this design, add chart element, data label. Okay, you want in a center, inside, outside, or best fit. Sir, if we want this best outside, and we can select it, double click. Correct? This is double click. What you want? Label option. So in a label option, you want category name also. Fine. You have to click like this. Correct? So this is the thing is ready. Product wise. Okay, sir. Sir, do we want percentage wise? Then can we get it? Definitely you can get it. I think let us make this product performance so that it can be same. Wow. Let me change the color. Correct. Now, let me, okay, I think we can get the percentage also here. Find label option. If we want, we can get this percentage also. Fine, sir. This is, I think, good chart we are getting. I'm selecting the whole chart. I don't want the border. So I'll select the no line and fill in no fill. Okay. Correct. I'll cut this, Control X and dashboard. Wow, this is another chart. Product performance. Correct. So apart from this, fine. So this is my second chart is ready. Obviously, we are right now. Correct. So based on this, we can take certain decisions. Correct. Sir, third one is okay. So third one is month-wise sales. Month-wise, absolutely yes. Copy paste. And you know that how to do this. So for that, what we will do is very simple. We will remove the product and order date. I will put into the row. Now my data is ready. Month-wise and year-wise. but certainly you will get the data like this. When you use the data in a pivot table and you put the date into this, if you put the data into the this report or raw field, you will get the date like this. What you have to do is to do it monthly. Right click over here, go to the group and make it months. Okay, it is ready. Okay, make it Alt F1. Data is again ready. Sir, Alt F1 is a shortcut? Absolutely yes. Shortcut to analyze any data. Now, what I'm doing is, I am doing it to go to the pivot chart. Design, change chart type. Now, sir, I want bar chart like this. Okay, sir. So this is my bar chart. Okay, I don't want this. Right click, hide all the field buttons. Okay, I don't want this legend. I don't want this grid line. Sorry, grid line. Delete. Okay, I don't want this line also. Correct. Fine, but I want to add it. Monthly sales. Okay, if I wish, I can select one more thing. Sir, what we can select is design, chart type. I can select the clustered, 3D clustered bar. Okay, what does it mean? That means we can select here a box, fully pyramid, partially pyramid, or cylinder, or full cone, partial cone. Let me make this cylinder. Okay, I'll select this and I'll go to the vary color by point. Okay, it is looking colorful. I think this would not be good. So I'll change the chart type to the normal bar. Correct. I think now this seems good. Correct. Perfect. So double click. I don't want border. I want this to be no field. Okay. Control X and I'll put it to the here. Sir, monthly performance. We can understand which month is performing better. For this, I want to reduce the gap. Okay. So don't you think the chart size is small? I know it. But what can we do when we want to introduce more than great number of parameters? We have to use it like this. Correct. Now, again, let me add one more type of chart. Don't worry, we'll have the state-wise performance now. I am copying this down and again here pasting it. You know it how to handle this. Now you are more comfortable. You have to remove this date and you have to select this state part. So data is ready with state. Okay, sir, how to make the chart? Now you know better than me. Alt F1. Sir, the chart type is fine. I think no, this is not a fine. Correct. You can go to the design, select the change chart type. Now you can go to the pie and you can choose this donut chart. Wow, this is okay. Correct. Let me do it. Fine. Plus, you can check it data call out. This is data call out. Okay. This means data call out. Yes, sir. Now you can see I am selecting this and I am changing its format by changing its shape. Like I have chosen this shape. Okay, or I can choose any shape. Correct, I can choose like this. Rather, I have to choose this. Okay, so what can I do is, this is Gujarat, this is Maharashtra, this is Haryana, and change chart type. Correct. Sir, I'll be adding one more chart, one shape here. Okay. where I'll write state wise performance. Okay. Well, I have to use this. Correct. And now again, you know that what I have to do is no field and no border. Correct. Okay. Don't worry. We'll manage it. And I have to use this formatted chart over here. Okay. So the chart is ready. All the 4 charts are ready. Now, important concept. Sir, how much time should I spare for Q&A? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, so that I can move accordingly? Alok sir, would it be fine to if I can spare 5 minutes?
Sure, sir, sure.
Fine. I'm continuing for next 12-13 minutes. Would it be fine now?
Yeah, but we have to wind it up by 1 p.m. So,
Okay.
So I think so. Next 10 minutes you can continue. Then we can take up the questions, and finally we will wind it up at 1 p.m.
Definitely, sir. Fine. Now with this 4th chart, let me make you a classical interactive dashboard. Now, if I want to check the salesman wise performance in city, month, product, and state, then what I will do, I will select any chart. I will go to the insert tab and I will insert a slicer having a salesman as a field. Okay, now I did it. Now understand, I have the list of salesmen here. I can modify its color, etc. like this. If I go to the slicer, I can use the more than one column. If I want this vertical or horizontal, I can use the color different like this. And these are my 4, but I think this color is not suitable. This is the good color. Any dark color would be fine. Correct. Now, if I click on the Akash Thakkar, it is changing only month. Check it out. No other chart is changing. Correct. But if I want to connect this chart with all the 4 chart, I have to use the right click and report connection. If I use the report connection, what I will do is I will select all the pivot table in a backend sheet. Understand? Because my connection is in a backend. I will not use any other because else everything will get changed. Okay. Now, if I want to see that the performance of Pathik Patel, I will click on the Pathik Patel. All the 4 chart will get changed. Pathik Patel's monthly performance, state-wise performance, product-wise performance, and city-wise performance. Nazim Khan, Rajesh Chauhan, Seema, Sonal Zane. So this is what we call interactive dashboard. So this is limited. Let me show you one thing. Sir, I can add as much as chart I want and as much as filter I wish. Fine. If I wish to see 2 people, Akash and Pathik. Akash, press a control button and then select next Pathik. Then these are the 2 people. If I want Pooja also, these are the 3. You can clear the filter from here. Correct? Fine. Now, slicer concept you understood? Correct? Now, I want to add timeline. So timeline? Absolutely yes. I am selecting any single chart. Correct? And I'll go to the insert tab. I'll go to the timeline. Now, timeline can be available only on the based on date. That means the field which are in date, order date. Okay, correct. Now this is my timeline. Where is the timeline? Then this is actual timeline. What I can do is You can just observe this timeline. This is having 2 years, full 2 years. This is having full 2 years, 2021 and 22. If you ask me, sir, what was the sales of April to June? I will select April to June, and this is the sales. But again, the timeline is connected to only one month. So report connection, right click, go to the report connection, and you just have to select the 4 things from backend 2, 3, 4. Correct? Now I have to click this. If you ask me the performance of Seema Nathwani in February 2022, then I will go to the February 2022 and Seema Nathwani. This is the performance. Understood? Simple. If you ask me, sir, performance from August 21 to January 22, August 21, I can drag it like this, January 2022. My God, all the months, only these months. This is the magic of timeline and slicer. Now, what I'm doing, I do not have much time to create more charts, more slicer, and timeline is only one. So what I did is, yesterday night, I have created already a one dashboard which is having all the different kind of chart and all the slicers. Now you can see. You can ask me any questions, sir. Any question you ask me. I have the monthly sales, state-wise performance, product-wise performance, delivery status, daily sales performance, state-wise, delivery state, product-wise, salesman-wise, sales depot-wise performance, and city-wise. That means I'm having nearly 8 to 8 chat prepared. And I have almost, you can check it out. You can see I have so many filters, or rather I can say slicer over here. Now you ask me. And I have connected everyone via report connection. If you ask me, sir, give me the report of pending, I will simply click on the pending. Now all the charts are ready for pending. Monthly pending, city-wise pending, sales depot-wise pending. Correct? Just let me assure that in a report connection, everything is there, which is in the part of backend. I was knowing that I'll be lacking the time. So basically, I have made a 4 chart and explain you how to make the charts. I have inserted one slicer and one timeline where I have explained you how to connect that slicer and timeline. And now you have this ready interactive dashboard where you ask me anything. You tell me, sir, which businessman, which salesman is working on a Sunday? So what I will do, I will simply go to this order day and I will use Sunday. Correct? I will ask, Megha Naik is working on Sunday? This is inter. Understood? Connected slicer. Correct? If you ask me, pending. So these are the things which have made sales by Megha Naik on a Sunday, which is pending. Correct? You ask me, sir, give me the detail of Megha Naik transaction, whose transactions payment category is D, Megha Naik, and here D. The whole dashboard is getting changed. Are you getting me? If you ask me, sir, I want to take certain decision based on city, just tell me. Then I can use this Ahmedabad. This is Ahmedabad performance, monthly, state-wise, sales depot-wise. Sir, you want? Sir, I just want to check the state-wise. I want to see the Gujarat performance. Click the Gujarat and see the state-wise. You will see the city here only from the Gujarat. Correct? You want to see. So just tell me Sir, just tell me the status of delivered. Then I'll click the delivered. The status would be only of delivered. Everything, the chart would be ready. You just ask which kind of dashboard you want. And this is a really live interactive dashboard which will help you to create or generate a real-time dashboard within a fraction of a second. Correct? It doesn't took a great amount of time. Just couple of 2.5 hours we took just to generate this. I think with the help of this session, you can also create the dashboard. You have to watch this video by pausing it, by practicing it aside. Correct? So in a simple terms, if I talk that we have discussed the concept, tools, live case study, and doubts and queries are awaiting. Correct? So this is what we have discussed. Stage, we have defined the objective, we have gathered the information, cleaned the data, we have seen the process, and finally we have the visualized data, and you can see this is the live dashboard which we have created. This is the dashboard which we have seen before the starting of the practical, and right now we have this present same dashboard is ready with us. Correct? I think this is enough on my end. In case you have any query, please ask me the query. I am happy to answer all your queries. G.
Yeah, Mr. Rishikesh, can I request you to please take up the queries?
Yeah. First of all, one question is that how to manage studies and career in this sector. Can you please elaborate or guide what are the various areas in which one can practice after becoming chartered accountant?
In my opinion, if you become chartered accountant and post your qualification, you want to make your career as a data analyst, then there is a large scope in every industry. It may be private, it may be public, it may be government industry. I think everyone is relying right now on a data. But if you ask me that what can be the starting way, then you should start with the Excel. Then there are certain tools that we have discussed as a Power BI, Google Data Studio, and Tableau. You should know one of them, a good data visualization tool. And apart from that, if you want to hardcore become a data analyst, you should have the gyan of one of the languages, that is coding language, that may be SQL, Python, or R language. You should learn after becoming or during becoming chartered accountant.
Sir, are there any ways or are there any some short-term courses which we can do in this sector while doing articleship or while doing studies?
I think there are a lot of materials available online on a YouTube. As a student, I do not recommend to go with the paid courses because a lot of material is available on a YouTube. You just have to Google it out. If you don't find it, you just get in touch with me on my LinkedIn, Insta, or email ID. I'll definitely going to share the links and the things to those people. And still, if you have qualified your chartered accountancy and you want to make the career, then there are a lot of courses available on a multiple platforms. I think similar institute like ICI, the foreign institute, are conducting special courses on the data analytics and the data science. But as a student, if you are approaching for this career, I think the YouTube would be the best platform. You just get into touch with me on a LinkedIn or Instagram, or my email address is there. You can just ask me the query and be patient, await for some time. I'll definitely through with you the link and all.
Perfect, sir. One question for technical team. ये जो notes है, from where the notes can be downloaded by this viewers?
Yeah.
And is it available?
Yes. See, all the video recordings of these lectures are available at our CA2 platform as well as on the DLH platform. So the recording of today is instantly available over YouTube, and within 2-3 days it will also be made available on our DLH platform after getting its Chrome and other format which are required to be uploaded on the technical platform. So instantly it is available right now also on our YouTube, and students can refer it anytime. They can go back not only to this session but to all the other 25 sessions which we held earlier. All are available in our repository.
Yes. Thank you, Alok ji. Bhavin ji, it was very great session. बहुत अच्छा लगा, and it was very interesting. And आपने जो मेहनत ली है while preparing presentation etc. and while delivering the session, it was very much fantastic. And it will be great to do more sessions with you in a detailed manner, not only for students but also for the members.
Sure.
I request Alok ji to please take charge of the session and carry on the proceedings.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rishikesh ji. And first of all, I would like to thank our faculty for such an excellent presentation for the benefit of our students. Just to add to what you have, just to supplement to what all you have given to our students today. See, data analysis as such is an approach. It is a process. Don't get swept away with the tools, as you have rightly mentioned that one should be aware of all. I think one of the programming language like R is there, Python is there, or maybe, in the times to come in 2-3 years, we can have a more simpler version of these languages. And the only requirement which we look forward as a CA students is they should be aware of it. We don't want them to be a coder as such, but at least they should be knowing what kind of a syntax are required to actually dig out data directly from a database. And the steps which are involved in the data analysis process will remain the same as rightly explained by our faculty of the day. And there will be not much change in that. Only thing is we will have to select a tool based on the size of the data. If the data size is not much and it can be dealt on Excel or maybe on Google Sheets, yes, we can go ahead with that. If we have to deal with a kind of a data which is running in crores of lines, then definitely we need to deploy a more sophisticated SQL commands. As far as the process is concerned, it will remain the same. It is only while doing on a Excel, you have to do it on a different tool. That's it. So keeping this in mind, there are various changes which are proposed in the syllabus of ITT, and data analysis as well as all these tools, Python and R, will also be made familiarized to our students today. And the Council of ICI is very much aware of it, and we are moving ahead in this direction. So with this, I would like to propose a formal vote of thanks to both our faculties as well as to our leadership today. Once again, those who have joined late, a very warm good afternoon to all. At the outset, we are thankful to the torchbearers of this profession, our Honorable President and Vice President, sir. They are at the helm and providing all the guiding force in conducting these knowledgeable sessions for the benefits of our students. We are thankful to the Chairman SSCBCA, Sushil Goyalji, and Vice Chairman SSCBCA, Mupla Sridharji, for their valuable guidance and planning in implementing this very important initiatives for the students, which we are conducting without fail on every Sunday from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Dear students, we are also fortunate and honored to have amongst us CA Dayanivas Sharma ji, our esteemed member of Central Council of ICI and Chairman of Board of Studies and Digital Reengineering and Transformation Committee, for his valuable opening remarks and for setting up the tone of the topic today. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us, and that too on the Sunday. We are privileged to have the presence of our esteemed speaker, our learned speaker, C.A. Bhavin Goklani ji, for today's session. We are indeed grateful to you, sir, for your valuable support and the excellent presentation and the way you have actually explained all the concepts related to data analysis and data-driven decision making to our audience today. Thank you for the wonderful presentation, and definitely this will going to have a very good implication in the practical approach of our students whenever they are going for any audit, and they will be asked to give all those reports. So all those dashboard techniques which you have explained to us will come handy. In the way, we are thankful to our valued moderator for today's session, CA Rishikesh Vangdeji, also for all the valuable information which has been shared with us this present time and for moderating the session. Thank you so much, sir. And above all, I would like to thank our dear students for being with us this afternoon, in spite of being a Sunday. So I hope these sessions and the learning will go a big way. I would only request you to kindly popularize this initiative among all your peers. And if you want to refer to these video recordings as already explained by me earlier, you can visit our YouTube channel or our ICI TV. And before we wind up, I would like to wish all the best to our dear students who are appearing in the Chartered Accountant CA exams to be held in November. So thank you so much for this gathering today. May we now request the technical team to please stop the streaming.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Alok, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for the all support and technical team. Thank you.